Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duyranaki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 143 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. The party have decided to turn their attention back to the secrets of Tarek Nev and now find themselves exploring the terrible dead city. We rejoin our heroes with Etienne trapped under a collapsed ceiling as a blood-soaked young woman approaches the rest of the group out of the ash and gloom of Tarek Nev. Hello, my name is Chris, alternatively known on this channel as GM Chance, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to our story this evening. The story that we're telling is a tabletop role-playing game using the fantastic 1980s, long time ago, 1980s vintage role-playing system called Rolemaster. The tale that we're telling is Ain't No Place for a Hero, a campaign set in a homebrew setting known as the World of Duyranaki. The campaign's been going for quite some time. It started way back in July 2020, so nearly 5 years, and we've been playing online for the entirety of that time. As mentioned, the title, and as you can see on screen, the title of the game is Ain't No Place for a Hero, and of course, for any good story, you need heroes. And here are the 8 heroes that we will have in play in our session this evening. Excuse me, it's a very big party. There are 8 characters in play, and there are 5 players that play those characters. And if you do the maths, you'll work out that a number of the people play a couple of those characters. In a minute or so, we're going to cut to a pre-recording we did. We got together late last year, on October last year being 2024. We always get together once a year, and this was an opportunity for us to hang out and game in person, but also record some character quizzes. Basically, the player of each one of the characters, each one of the faces up on screen, quizzed their fellow party members to see have they been paying attention about the character that person is playing. And we had a lot of fun doing it. We play online, which works really, really well for us. We're in different locations around New Zealand, the country that we all live in. But there's nothing like getting together in person and actually rolling some dice together over a weekend. But doing the quizzes was a particular amount of fun. We'll pop to that in a second. Before we do that, just my very regular, but very sincere thank you to all the people that support us online. As well as this video being posted to YouTube, we have a podcast, which obviously of the same session, which goes out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a whole host of others. And as well as this video being shared on YouTube, There are also links that go across lots of different places on Facebook and a whole variety of different role-playing sites across the internet. And all those different locations, we get a lot of really wonderful, generous, kind pieces of feedback back from the people that follow our game, people that are interested either in the rules that we play or the particular stories that we tell, either in this channel or the other campaign, the Twilight of the Old Order campaign. And people are just very generous with their comments and their thoughts and their enthusiasm. So sincere thank you to everybody who takes the time to put fingers to keyboard and make some comments. A sincere also plea to anybody that maybe has come across us either once or twice before, or maybe this is the first time you've seen one of these videos and you're enjoying it. You like the stories that we tell, you like the people that make up this tale, and you just generally find it interesting. We'd really love either a couple of seconds from you down below, either a like or even better, a subscribe. And if you are enjoying it, and if you have subscribed, we'd really encourage you to tell your friends. Share the love. Okay, we are now going to cut to that video that I mentioned before, and then just as a heads up, when we come back, we'll also dive into one of the character development questions that we ask to peel the onion a bit more about the characters in play. Cutting to that video right now.
This day 2 already, and here we are with 5 more girly questions for our band of brothers and sisters. These concerning Etienne. So let's push on and start with question 1. What is Etienne most skilled in? Options: A, his sword; B, transcending armor; C, poetry; D, perception; E, charm, seduce; F, cunnilingus.
What about Steve? It's a special skill.
And the answer is, turn around, we've got sword, we've got and then 2 swords, and we've got charm and seduce. The answer is the sword.
Oh, who gets that?
Pete, nice work, mate.
Pete.
Tom.
And
I'll
Giles?
take my point, thank you.
Question 2. How does Etienne believe his goddess Aphrodite communicates with him?
Oh.
Ready? We've got visions, and poetry. I'm afraid it is dreams and visions of the answer.
Hey,
Poetry.
I'll take another point. Yes, I'm on a roll, 2 in a row.
Aiden, Giles, Pete.
Question 3. Which of these would Etienne classify as a sin? Is it A, lust; B, gluttony; C, greed; D, wrath; E, pride? Choose one. Answers are: we've got greed, we've got D, which is wrath, and we've got E, which was pride. The answer is greed, C.
Hey.
Yes.
Question 4. What word would someone of Aphrodite's faith use to refer to Etienne's profession? Quite a curly one. Answers? We've got generous, we've got love.
What word?
Sorry, this is quite a difficult one. It is a rose.
A rose. Does anyone get half?
No, not even close.
And final question. What has Etienne sworn never to do? Is it A, gamble or wait for money; B, attack an adversary unprovoked; C, kill a woman; D, use mind controlling magic; E, sleep with a person of another faith, or F, get married.
Do we have G? All of the above.
Steve.
Or Steve.
What's the B?
Sorry.
The answer is B, attack an adversary.
Oh, take another point.
Two successful.
Nice work,
Very
mate.
good.
And I get married.
Yes, babe.
Well done, everybody.
There we go. Hope you enjoyed that video. As mentioned, we had a lot of fun getting together in person and hey, yeah, recording these. And even though I'm not actually on camera, if you look closely and listen closely, you can probably hear me snorting and giggling just slightly off screen as the party quizzed each other. All right. As mentioned just before the video, we, as part of this kind of understanding of each one of the characters, we usually go through a character development question. What this is I send out a list of questions to all of the players earlier in the week. We play on a Wednesday as we are doing this evening, and the players get to select one of those questions and answer them. And that just helps kind of understand the character that they're playing a bit more. And tonight, we are kicking off with Giles. Giles, the microphone is all yours.
Excellent, thanks, Chris. So I play Tarquin. It says there he's a very young elf, very young because elves live a long time, and sometimes places youth more than you might think, or more than I thought he might. So the question I'm going to answer for him is, what is the most desperate fight your character has been in? So Tarquin decided to take a bit of a wander about in the city of Lindana, during which, despite using a spell that made everything black, and despite him being able to see what he was doing, in a fight with a rather scrabbly criminal, managed to get a sword through the neck that paralysed him. One would have expected that to be the end of him. Although he has a spell that also makes him sleep as if he's dead, which he cast on himself and subsequently washed up in a sewer. How he got there, he does not know. But the desperate fight was not this. The desperate fight was a few days earlier. Tarquin and some of the other players in the party had a small altercation with some ruffians in Lindana, and Tarquin had rather mercilessly dispatched one, and some of his ruffian mates identified him.
He killed two of them.
Two of them. It all blurs together after a while. Bit of a murder fest. They recognised him, and so this was desperate. Perhaps a very potentially one-sided fight because Tarquin was paralysed. And this looked like it could be the end of him again, although he managed to cast yet another spell, thank goodness for PowerPoints, which essentially teleported him 300 meters away, and he hid before being found. So, most desperate fight he's been in, most important thing in life, the ability to cast spells, most dangerous journey he's undertaken. It probably counts as all of these. So yeah, that's Tarquin.
Excellent, thank you.
And I'm also playing Demos tonight, but I don't really feel like I know him well enough to answer any of these questions. But if somebody else wants to, feel free.
No worries, thank you. And my thanks to both you and Alex for picking up a character for you each. Does anybody want to comment on Demos? No stress. If not, we can move on. Nope. Okay.
I reckon. Oh, I was going to say for Demos, the most important thing in life, I think, is family and relationships and connection. I think that's fundamental to him, whether he displays that or not. I think, that's his driving force.
Excellent. Excellent.
And we may as well pass on to you, Alex, for your other character.
Sure thing. Thanks, Giles. So I play Keros. She's a weather mage. Pretty powerful, pretty ugly. Not her fault. And her companion, I don't really play her companion, Victory. Victory plays herself. So I'm going to answer, what's the most desperate fight your character has been in? And it absolutely was the fight for her actual life after her death saves were gone, diminished, and she had the death spit the acid, and she was actually dead. Did she do anything in the fight for her life? Well, not in this world. Perhaps in another world she was fighting very hard, but she relied heavily on her fellow colleagues to go above and beyond and do amazing things, spend stupid amounts of money and massive side quests to bring her back. She came back ugly, not their fault. That's fine. She's managed to find love despite her physical challenges. So, yeah, I don't know how desperately she fought to come back. We haven't explored that yet. It's definitely on the table, but her friends definitely fought, I think, the hardest they've ever fought in this campaign to bring her back, and she's very grateful.
Nice one. And yes, they did. Yes, they did. Nice one.
And tonight I'm playing Grey as well, which is awkward because that is Keris's love interest. So I will try and answer kind of two questions which I think are related. Is what's the most dangerous journey your character has undertaken? I think looking at Grey, I think probably when he was a child of 14 or a young man of 14, where his parents were killed. He's got no education. He was left alone to struggle through life and survive and carve out a path for himself. I think that was pivotal for him, and tying into that is what does your character consider the most important thing in life is definitely justice. So he wants to seek justice on who killed his parents, and also when he did find a mentor and a support and a safe haven in the Beastmaster, that person was also killed. So that the two revenge, justice, fine line. I think for him that is a pivotal part of who he is.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thank you. And again, my thanks to you and Giles for picking up a character each which isn't your own for this game. Super.
Sure thing. Could we please hear from Pete?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks, Alex. Kia ora, I'm Pete, and I'm going to be playing two characters, first of which, as you can see on the screen, is Leif. And the question to answer for Leif is a common one. Yeah, what does your character consider the most important thing in life? And he's the same as Demos. It's family, it's people, it's connection between people. And his sort of family, his natural family were humans. He's half-elf, so he's outlived his closest family. So this adventuring party really has become his family in a way, and sort of by choice, but also by circumstances. So yeah, he's really dedicated to them, I think. The other character I'm playing is Mithan. And the question to answer for her is, what's the most desperate fight your character has been in? And for most of the group, I mean, they pick every second session, I think, when we play is a desperate fight. So many of them. I think the one that stands out as being, perhaps it's beyond desperate, and this is before we started doing recordings, was when we were on the road. I can't remember exactly to where, when we were up in Rapilin, which is where the party began, and started their adventures, sort of came together and started their adventures. But at some point there, we'd been having these sort of divine visions, mystical visions, of both light and dark sort of types. And then on this journey, on this road, we sort of had another manifestation of these visions, I guess, when these portals opened in a variety of ways, and out came sort of angelic beings and demonic beings, which set upon our group and, well, killed Mithan. We were well and truly outmatched. It was a desperate fight, but sort of beyond desperate, in that it was like, oh, okay, what on earth can we do to defend ourselves? This is sort of just completely overwhelming. Of course, sorry, Mithan didn't. Oh, and then more portals opened, and other angels and demons came through and started fighting the ones that had been attacking us. So, sort of confusing. There's some sort of this conflict among sort of gods that sort of reinforced that idea that would sort of been sort of message we'd been getting of sort of and it's sort of a theme of the bigger quest that we're all on. So they drove off the ones that had been attacking us and healed or restored, in Mathan's case, restored her to life. But it was absolutely a desperate fight, I would say. Yeah.
Yep.
And passing on to Graham, please.
Excellent. Thanks, mate.
Hi, playing two characters. First of whom is Niafron. Most dangerous character she's ever dangerous journey she's ever undertaken. Well, for the sake of saying two different things, I would say her flight from Jabarima was Jabarima or Jabarima Beth?
My bad.
I'm confused.
My bad.
Mabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Another Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah, she had to flee the city in which she lived, and her partner and all her closest friends were killed, and they came for her, and she had to get out of there, and that was really tricky. And it was she only just escaped with her life, and she was on her own in doing so. So that was pretty frightening, and she was less adept at spell use. She couldn't turn herself invisible or anything at that point. She was only a lowly first or second level character, so that was pretty hairy, but she made it out and eventually fell in with this party, so which was something of a relief for among allies. Second character is Etienne. Most dangerous journey he's undertaken. You probably can't get past the mysterious teleportation to an in-between place. Still don't know why that happened. Maybe it's got something to do with these beings that seem to be fighting over us in terms of backing us to succeed or trying to strike us down. But we were taken away to a place between worlds with no obvious way of return. So that was pretty dangerous. And it was full of things, well, another week. But, this one, surprise, surprise, had lots of things that wanted to kill us. And a lot of undead and all that stuff, as opposed to now. Oh no, it's exactly the same. Everything's out to kill. I don't know. Maybe this is the most dangerous journey. Given he's now minus 100 and next to useless, that's quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Conceivably now out of the game, really, for the foreseeable future. So, yeah, that's dangerous.
Let's see what happens. Excellent. Well introduced, one and all. That there is the party in all their glory, named, not shamed, named up on screen. Excellent. Thank you, one and all, for your introductions, for the characters you're playing, and for the characters you're stepping in for tonight. And there, by the way, are the questions. Pete's posted them. Excuse me, up on screen. Okay, now is the time we turn to our scribe, who is Pete, to provide a summary of what happened last time. And what happened last time for us was some time back, actually. We're playing on the 2nd of April, and I think we actually, our last game was on the 9th of March, so quite a gap in between. That's of 2025. Pete, as best you can, please, can you provide us with your sense of what happened last time?
Well, it was a long time ago, but last session I think we started in the middle of a fight. So our characters that have been for a while making it on this arduous journey, have been making our way to Tarek Nev, the city of the dead, of the undead. We've previously made our way inside, and it's a bit of a very strange environment where the buildings are all sort of ruined. There's ash everywhere, and something's weird with the sun in the sky. The time's out of sync or whatever. We got in here and it was very creepy. Lots of odd stuff happening, visions of things. We'd previously sort of trying to quietly make our way through the city. We're trying to find information, and we're trying to stop a group of our enemy basically from finding information and getting. And we're also searching for an artifact. There had been these very unusual girls in this place. Well, yeah, there they are on the screen. They'd stuck to the wall when we first saw them, and they sort of went along the wall, and they have these white eyes. We decided to move away from them, and we'd gone sort of a different direction. But then out of the mist, 3 of them had come and started to attack us, and that was the fight that we were in the middle of. Oh, there they are there. Great. Whilst they were moving sort of slowly, they were just the white-eyed girls, and then as soon as we sort of decided to run away or move quickly, that's what happened to them. They turned into these silent but screaming horrors, and very unnerving. They could fly, so they had, which was a bit of a disadvantage for us. But luckily, wonderful weather mage Kiros has got, and also Neathnor have got sort of ranged attacks that are magical. So in the previous sessions, they had attacked and sort of done a bit of damage. But I think Kiros had killed one. Re-killed one with an ice bolt, and its body had sort of been flung to the side. And at the beginning of last session, I believe that had just happened, and the other 2 that had been attacking us from the air seemed to sort of retake stock, and that was sort of enough for them. I think we perhaps attacked them again and did more damage. So I think they retreated. So the combat was over, which was a bit of a relief because it wasn't exactly comfortable being swooped on by these creatures. We decided to not pursue them and to get away, so which I think was a really good decision. We sort of continued our way into the misty, ashy city, and that was, and sort of we're exploring. Thank you very much. There's a creature that we saw in the distance. Don't know if it saw us. Don't know if it wanted to engage with us. But out of the mists, we sort of saw this, and as I say, at a bit of a distance. Again, we tried to make ourselves scarce. We don't want to sort of tangle with that. But a very unusual place. We're sort of looking for a library, or we're also looking for a place of shelter where we can sort of set up as a bit of a defensible place. And we'd seen some intact walls and a rather large intact structure, so we went and explored that. Along the way, we met another denizen of this place, a woman with a bird on her shoulder. There she is there, lovely, the raven lady. So I think Neathnor was exploring ahead and sort of clocked her, and we made sure that we sort of skirted around her too. We explored this large building that seemed to be quite intact and decided it was some sort of refectory or a mess hall. And further around this intact building's grounds, there seemed to be like a racing track, or perhaps it was a Circus Maximus. And so we just sort of, and that's what's on screen. Yeah, we sort of explored the other buildings around here. There was sort of an armory, and some cages, that sort of a thing. The armory, I believe, was partially able to be barricaded. The doors had been flung off, but we could try and make a barricade because, again, we're looking for a place somewhere that could be set up for defensible for us. But we just explore. I think we sort of replenished some of our arrows and things, and my notes say we were taking notes of the area. I think Neathnor was sort of making notes if we were, so in case we got lost, or just so we got a bit of direction sense. One of those buildings out directly opposite the exit there, I think, ended up being a bit of an inn or a tavern or a bar, and it did have a closed door. So we sort of have flagged that as perhaps that's a withdrawal position if we need something defensible. So we sort of had that goal as somewhere to retreat to at night, once we need to rest at least. We continued exploring, and round this sort of, there was a sort of an amphitheatre, a pergola, a stage, I think, and then a bit of along a sort of a walkway. We sort of explored this area, and we then sort of went along the top there, but then we came back and went underneath it, I think, because it was sort of dead-ended onto where it collapsed. Came out under, and we retraced our steps and came back through and up to further up on the top of the map, which is where there were, it seems to be ruined and abandoned houses, and we had a lovely time exploring them. Actually, it was like, oh, there's some treasures here. We found a couple of chests and some rings, I think. Maybe, I can't remember what else was there. Maybe a few items. Sort of searched one house and that was all good. Searched the second house and that was all good. Searched the third house and the ceiling collapsed on Neathnor and Etienne, unfortunately. So that one there that is being marked by Chris is where we are now. I think the last thing that happened was that Neathanel teleported herself out. Unfortunately, because we couldn't see Etienne, he was trapped under the ceiling that had been collapsed in there, and as Graham said before, he seemed to be a rather large minus. And unfortunately, I think the very last thing that happened was we heard someone was on watch. I think it might have been Tarquin, noticed that perhaps the sound of that ceiling collapsing had attracted the attention, unwanted attention from it. My notes say, yeah, there we go, red-haired bloody woman. There she is. That's what we're up to.
Excellent. Your notes must be both very comprehensive, Pete, and and well organized. So yes, indeed, that's bang on. Probably about the only thing I would say from me was one thing. I'm pretty sure I mentioned. If I didn't, I should have. I did mention you were coming along here, and if you remember, you had to come up quite a long way. So you came up these steps, you came up the amphitheater, up these steps, and you're actually some 30 or 40 foot up. And whoever, I presume it was Neathanel, was peering out both a gap in the wall here and here. And off in this direction, higher in this direction, in a break of the kind of the filthy ash and the general gloom, which is all around here, and you can see the ash coming down and just the general gloom, hard to see, etc. And these black spaces are just, you can't see much further. There was a break in the ashy cloud, and you caught a glimpse of perhaps something gold glittering, something large, golden, up in this kind of direction up here. Something large. Up further, more kind of further up this way, and I think that was what had inspired you to come into this area. That's, I think, yes, that I think is the only additional comment from me. Are there any questions from anybody else? Anything that's not clear with any of that? Nope. Okay. So, if we're all sitting comfortably, if you're as curious as I am to see what happens next, let's start the game. So we're going to go into rounds. The combat music's not on, but we are going to go into rounds. Because hey, it might just be fun, right? So we're into rounds. That's exactly where we're starting. Most of the characters are here. See them there. Heroes and Victory, Demos, Tarquin, etc., etc., etc. Tarquin, as mentioned, is a little bit further forward. Etienne's still in the building with covered in dust and all the rest. And that's where we're going to begin. We're going to go straight into rounds. Neathanel, you have just teleported out. You did have some stuns on you. I was listening to the recording. You did have some stuns on you in the building, but they were negated by the length of time. So you prepared for 4 rounds, and those negatives were just simply on you for a few seconds. You're now out. You're able to operate. You're outside. You're here. What do you do?
Sorry, can you just point out where the adversaries were?
Well, there's no adversaries as yet, but there is this woman here.
Yes. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, this woman here who has come in this direction. She is, give you a sense of distance, she is excuse me, some 27 or so feet away from Tarquin. She's some 37 feet from you. She's the only person you can see.
Well, she'll prepare, please. Preparing is. Oh,
90%.
sorry, I forget.
90%.
90%. So she used that 10 to look around.
Sure. Yeah, give me a roll.
92.
2. Regrettably, it is masked.
Plus 82.
Thank you. Masked, by the way, for our viewers and our listeners, just simply means the results are scrambled. So a 92 could be a 3 in this game, or it could be 100, or it could be something else. Plus, how much, sorry? Graham?
82.
82, cool.
90, 92, yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Plus 82.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
Oops, a daisy, and I always, can you guys, if you see me do this and I go into someone else's channel, can you just remind me to do that, please, so you guys don't get to see what I type, if you remember. Cool. Information into your chat now.
Can I
You got-
say 3 words?
Sure.
Something from east.
Cool. Done. This woman is next to act. She looks like that. She would stand. She would not would stand. She stands some 5 foot tall. She's not particularly tall. A woman, definitely a young woman, rather than a child, of which you've seen so far. And she comes down and still some way away from you, Tarquin, and just comes here and is just standing looking at you. And Tarquin, I would like you please to make a channeling resistance roll.
Remind me, Chris, D100?
Yes, please. What's the roll? What's the roll and what's Tarquin's level?
Roll is 8, and he's got plus 23 channeling resistance.
Cool. And what's his level?
That's a good question. I think he's level 10 now. He's level 9. You'd think I'd know. Level 8. Let's say 8.
8. Okay, cool. And you rolled an 8 plus 23. Cool.
Correct.
Tarquin, this woman, she's still some 11, 12, 13 foot away from you, so she's not right next to you. She doesn't do anything. She just simply, she's not looking particularly threatening. She does just have her finger on her lip, like this. She comes up towards you, and again, not threatening, her expression doesn't change. But actually, no, join me in. That means that everybody else has got to leave. Can everybody just click out of their channel for 2 seconds, please? Keros. Thank you. Great. So she comes up to you, Tarquin, and she's not. She doesn't appear that she wishes you ill, but you just feel just drained, and there's something about her, but she is just pulling your life's essence from you, like the very nature of Tarquin's being. And Tarquin, you lose not only 5 hit points, but 5 of your temporary constitution of the stat itself. She's actually sucking your very existence out of your body. Oh, -5.
So does Constitution? So does this Constitution go down from 88, or from the bonus of +9 down to +4?
Goes down from 88 by 5.
That's a bit stink.
Yep. So whatever his Constitution stat is, it goes down by 5.
Okay, got it. Yeah, down to 83. Thank you.
Cool. And would you mind just quickly jumping into the other channel and then asking the others to come back super fast, please? Thank you. Cool. Very good. Next up in the round is Grey Roughwind. Alex, that's you.
Thank you. So he would like to have his handy magical axe at the ready,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll start moving back.
Okay. So Grey
let's have a look
is
here.
Grey's there, by the way.
Yeah. So can he between the two buildings, the corners? Can he start moving that way, please?
Tell me where he stops.
He doesn't want to lose the team, so about there.
Okay, done. That's great. Yep. Excellent. Next is Leif.
Leif will do the same, actually. He will say, he's thinking about the white-eyed girls and how they attacked when we sort of reacted.
Mhm.
So he's just wanted to move calmly. He's got his sword and shield out. If he doesn't, he would gently draw those. And he would want to move back to about where Grey is. And if possible, he'd like to do a perception roll, looking particularly to the east after hearing what Neathel had to say.
It's only 21 foot of difference. So yeah, I'd give you a perception roll. Give me a roll, please.
Cool, thank you. And I'd like to save perhaps. Sorry, yeah. Just thinking about the extra he'll spend on perception. So 78.
Okay.
What movement was that? 20, 30%?
30%, yep.
30%. So 30% to the perception roll, 40, so 60, 70, 80. Yeah, if he can do an extra 2 lots of 10, is it 10 for every 10 over or something?
Just a sec. By the way, Tarquin, some additional information coming into your chat now. Yes, so just 1 second. Sorry, I broke up Leif's round. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just stuck to what I was doing. All good. Sorry, Pete, say that again.
Yeah, so he's spent 30% to move, 30% perception.
Yep.
He'd like to spend an extra 20%.
Yep.
To add to his perception.
Yeah, got
please.
it. Yep, give me a roll.
Yep. And so his roll was 78.
Yep. Plus.
Perception is 57.
Cool. Bit of information coming into your channel too.
Thank you. He's got 20% remaining, and I'll just see how he wants to spend that.
Coming into your chat now.
Cool. Right. He's gonna, thank you. He will say, so he's got 20% left to act. He'll say, I hear large footfalls coming from the east. I think we should, please, let's all move back here.
Okay. Done. And that would be the end of your round.
Cool.
Great. Methane, you're next.
She'll be the same, please.
Tell me where she moves.
Yep. Yeah, perhaps next to the other building. So above, and yep, perfect. Thank you. Letting other people through if they need to come that way. Yeah, perception roll for her too, please. 64.
Oh, roll again.
$39.
And what's your bonus?
88.
Okay, some information coming into Mython's channel now. Oops, will be if I can find the channel. Cool. That's Mython's turn.
Cool, thank you.
Keros. Keros, you're over here.
So she doesn't need to prepare, but she will cast Snapcast if need be. Can she move a little bit but then hold the rest of her action, or is it all or nothing? Like, can she move for 10% or 25 and then cast at the end, or does she have to do it all now or later?
No, remember with an opportunity action, you state what you're waiting for, and based on that trigger, something can happen. So you can use up your 100% activity over the course of a round, but if you're waiting for something to happen later on, you need to state clearly that you're waiting for, I don't know, the sun to turn purple, or for someone to walk through the door, or for something. Remember?
Sorry. Yes.
That's
so
right.
can she start moving back to where the other team is?
How far does
party members are?
She has limited movement because of her injuries. How far can she move, please?
Well, that's such a bother, and I always forget that little trick. She has base movement is reduced by 25%, so she's now 37 around.
Okay, so she can only move for a maximum of here.
But she can't cast as well if she moves that.
No, that's her doing. Remember, she's badly injured. She's limping, so that would be the entirety of her 10% of her 10 of her 10 seconds. Yep.
Okay, she'll move.
Okay.
She was hoping to cast if needed, but she'll move back with the other party members.
37, bang, she's there.
And Victory too, obviously.
Yep. It even says on screen, Keros and Victory.
How is Victory? Can I quickly ask?
Not happy.
Right.
Not at all happy. Etienne, you are under mostly wood, so it's a wooden floor above you, fortunately, rather than stone. It's come down, and just by pure dumb luck, you managed to be in a space where a lot of the timber and the construction came down above you. It didn't crush your head, but your arm was up, and it smashed your left wrist. And even with the shield was off to one side, and it managed to land on your arm, and incredible pain from your left wrist. What do you do?
Sorry, just to check. Do I have a left wrist?
You've got part of a left wrist. You've got kind of, this lower part of your arm, put it that way.
Well, I can't move, can I?
Can't move. No, you can speak
Ah,
or cast spells at negative 100 to everything you do.
yeah, it's tempting. Not really much point, is there? No, I'll fail everything I do, so no, I won't do that. I'll just sit tight.
Okay. Tarquin. So you've had that little thing between yourself and your newfound friends. What's you do?
Well, prep. Yep, prep to cast.
Say again, sorry.
He'll prep
Okay.
to cast.
Okay.
And with the last 10%, he wants to perceive.
Yep.
But I don't know quite how this works in this game. It's a very specific perception. What he wants to do is look at this woman. He's not really interested in anything else that's around.
Yep.
And he's looking for any sign of something that might look different, might look like a weakness, might stand out as being unusual, more solid, more ephemeral.
Sure.
Is there somewhere I can have a go at her is what he's thinking, should that come to pass.
Sure thing. So with perception, so just bring this up. So you get a plus box is just in the way. You get a plus 20 for a specific piece of information. So if you specifically state what you're looking for and there's something there that can be affected, then you get a bonus for that. So you're looking for exactly that. Give me a roll, please.
Oh, 91.
Shame it's masked. Although, roll again.
$28.
Mm-hmm. And what's his perception?
So his perception is 98, and everything he does is at -5.
Right, correct.
All your humming and harring means I don't know what if these numbers are good, bad, or indifferent.
I mean, you stand where you are, preparing for 90%, but you use 10%, a second to glance over this person. You about the only thing that you spot is a plain, you can see it on my hand, a plain silver ring on one of her fingers. Other than that, nothing else. She
finger.
no, it's actually her first finger. Other than that, she looks like a young woman with blood on her in a white robe. Not sure if I said a white robe before, but anyway, with red hair.
Okay. And is it the ring on the finger to her mouth? The other one?
Other one. That is your action, Tucker.
Thank you.
Next up, Demos. Demos, you are...
Okay.
Demos is... Yeah.
Okay, can you remind me, where are our two buried fellows?
One buried fellow is Etienne. Neathanel has just teleported at the end of last session out here.
Okay, so I think Demos would probably look to see if there's a way to free him. So I think he's not that interested in what's around him. Thank you, Alex. Useful heads up in the intro. He wants to get in there and see if there's a way of freeing Etienne.
Okay, describe what he does, please.
So he's going to move to the corner of the building. He's going to shout out, "Where are you?" He's going to no. Like essentially, no. He knows where Etienne had gone in. So yep. Yeah, about there. And he's basically going to look for stuff he can safely move. Obviously, he doesn't want to pull something up from the bottom that might bring a whole lot more rubble down.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to see if there's some way if he can see Etienne.
Yeah, sure. So give me a perception roll and see if you can spot him or spot a leg or something sticking out or whatever.
49.
And what's his perception?
Sorry, yep, I just got to check the sheet.
Yep,
each
sure
time.
thing. And you're playing someone else's character, so I appreciate it.
His perception is 50. Well, that's nice.
50, nice round number. You don't see any sign of Etienne himself. You see basically not the entire floor of the building, so basically a chunk that was, if you can see where the cursor is, kind of that area there has just come down. Old, wormy, decaying pieces of timber and support beams and bits of stone as well have collapsed. Where the timbers come down closest to you here, a number of the floorboards have been smashed. There have been pieces of rubble underneath. The floorboards have hit them and they've impacted and broken out. It made a heck of a noise, by the way. Like, it reverberated a long way. It made a very, very loud noise. And you can see some quite clear, obvious things. You can begin this round if you wish. You won't make much progress this round, but definitely this round you can start kind of pulling away some of the immediate debris that's in front of you, which allow you to get further in, and then start to either see where Etienne might be, or start pulling up more debris and searching for him.
They're definitely going to do that.
Great. What do you do with your spear?
He's going to rest it against the building in easy reach, like less than a hand grasp away from him. To make it clear, let's say someone tries to jump on his back, he wants to be able to essentially grab his spear and rotate it backwards. So he's never far from Brittany.
Got it. Cool. Very good. That is the end of that round. Ending the rounds. Going into initiative for next round. Rolling initiative. No changes to initiative that I'm aware of. Going once, going twice, and we're off. Ethanol, you're next to act.
She's continued to prepare, but can she move in the direction with what she's got left towards the rest of the party?
Sure. It won't be far.
No.
What's 10% of her base movement?
I think she moves at about.
10%, maybe 60%. 6 foot.
65.
Yeah.
65.
Yep. She moves to there.
Yeah.
Tarquin, this woman just stays exactly where she is. She doesn't come any closer. She doesn't make any kind of threatening gesture, anything untoward, except that exactly the same as what happened last round happens this round. Knock off 5 off that total. And it's both your.
Yeah, done it.
Yeah, and I'm doing the other one as well.
Oh, so it's both now -10 as well as 5 by Constitution, yeah.
Correct. It's your hit points and your con. Cool.
Hit points is yeah. Of course,
Because they're both combined.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm keeping track of the both. Thank you.
Leif, you're next.
Cool. He is. I assume he can see that both Tarquin hasn't moved. Yeah.
No, Tarquin's standing exactly where he is.
Yeah. So he's a little bit concerned about that because he was suggesting we all move back. He is going to call out to Tarquin.
Mm-hmm.
And he will. First thing is he's going to cast an instantaneous spell for 10%. Sorry.
Go.
About that one.
Yeah, go for it.
This is the combat one, which will give him +10. Oh man! 95.
Spell goes off.
Righto, cool. So it's 10%. He is going to. So he's got his sword and shield out. He's going to move forward to perhaps, to halfway to Tarquin. Maybe a bit less. Because he's concerned that Tarquin hasn't moved, but he doesn't want to get too far away from the group in case Tarquin moves and then leaves him out by himself, and he's going to call out to him, Tarquin, are you all right? And he's just looking between the red woman, and he's not being aggressive because he's seeing that she's not being overtly aggressive, so he doesn't want to trigger.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he'll also, look to the east. He's aware of hearing something there. So if he can do that, however much percentage that is, and then opportunity action to what's it called? Harry.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll.
For perception.
Perception. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, 79.
And what's his bonus?
Plus 57.
So Leif, you and everybody now is aware of the sounds of large feet, not necessarily regular, but the sound of a thud and then the crunch of stone, and then there's a pause for a bit, and then there's the thud of some feet and the sound of a stone, and it's coming from kind of there-ish. Yep.
Cool. Oh, sorry, and I didn't say, but yeah, maybe too late. But he also he's concerned about Tarquin. Does that perception roll encompass Tarquin as well? I forgot to say, but
You don't spot anything.
no. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Great. That's you, Alex.
It is me, thank you. He is on that corner still, isn't he? And he's you're going to ask me to do a perception, but is he aware of? He can see the lady. He can.
Mhm.
Could he do a 10% perception, please?
Mm-hmm.
Might be futile. I rolled a 12,
Mm-hmm.
and his perception bonus is plus 49.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything in particular he's looking for?
He wants to know if there's any more ladies.
Okay.
Not in that sense. Otherwise, he might be keen to. Oh, will he help Tarquin? He's keen that he is keeping an eye on Keros and keeping an eye out for any other ladies or
Okay.
critters.
Okay. So he doesn't pick up any more information. He doesn't certainly see anybody else that looks kind of like her. He is aware, as Leif is now. Everybody is aware. The occasional noise of something sounding quite large, and the noise is kind of from over here.
How far away is he from Keros, please? Sorry, just it's hard to see the
Yeah,
individual.
it's a very small map. Keros is. By the way, I have zoomed in as close as I can. It's just a small map because you guys are covering a city. Very close, 10 foot.
He might go up to her and put an arm around her, and can he shift her along if she's willing, or does she need to roll or wait a turn or?
Depends where she's going and all the rest.
Just sort of back to where he was. He just wants to move her closer because she's
Okay.
slow.
Yep.
Like just kind of, an arm around her and kind of
Yep.
shift her along a bit.
Sure. Done.
Yeah, I think that's all. And he's obviously got his magic axe ready.
Sure. Tarquin.
Okay, so waving hand and non-threatening way, chanting or whatever it is that adds pluses to spellcasting. Remind me what it is. Chris, is it 5 or 10?
You're a mentalist.
Correct.
It's +5, top of my head.
Yeah, I think that's correct. That's what I thought too. So he's going to cast.
Mm-hmm. Give me your roll. Prepared 1 round.
62.
62
So
minus
plus 5 and minus
15.
plus
Yep.
5 minus 5.
Plus
Yep.
5, yep, minus 5, minus 15, because he's prepared 1 round.
Right.
The spell certainly goes off. It's a 47 is the result.
Woo!
What happens?
So the spell he's going to cast is called Confusion.
Okay.
He's going to cast it on the woman in red.
Mm-hmm.
The spell is this. Target is incapable of making decisions
Mm-hmm.
or initiating action. May continue to fight current foes in self-defense.
Sure thing. Cool. So for a spell like that, the target would require a resistance roll. And
it's this thing. It says 1 round divided by 10% failure, whatever that means.
yes, yep. So if the person or if the target fails by 10%, they have that effect on them for 1 round. So if they fail by 30, it's 3 rounds that they're out. They can't make a decision.
Could she please fail by about 300%?
Sure. Let's see.
Thanks. I heard sure. That'll do me. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Okay, so I've rolled the dice. Okay, you've cast the spell. Thank you. Next up is... that was a 75% action. You've got 25% left to go. Anything else you're doing, Tarquin?
Yep. So the first thing he wants to do with 15%, he's going to do a quick perception.
Mm-hmm.
In which way did you say the noisy feet were coming from?
Something noisy coming from this direction.
Okay, so he's going to look in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Quick perception, and he is specifically looking for whatever might be making the noise.
Sure, give me a roll.
$76.
And he's got 1898, I think.
98 minus 5.
Yep, minus 5 because of... Yep. He doesn't see anything. He glances... Oh, hang on a sec. Actually, yes. Tarquin, you do see something. I'm going to pop it in your chat. Coming into your chat, just make sure that you're the only one that can see it. Yes, you are. Tarquin, you see the following. And I'll describe a little bit about what's going on. Coming.
I presume the map is north, south, east, west as we see it.
Sure. Yep. No, Mithan, ignore that. Wrong one.
I was going to say,
Yep.
arrived.
I'm ignoring.
You didn't see? Cool.
No.
Too many channels. Too many channels. There you go, Tarquin.
Thank you. Yeah, crap. Okay, so he's got 15% left. If he uses it, I'm not sure what percentage equals words. So he wants to move back, but he also wants to have more than possibly 3 words.
So let's go through this. He cast for 75. He had a perception for 10, so he's got 15% left. He could step back about 15 foot, and I'd give you quite a few words as you step back 15 foot.
Okay, so what he's going to do is step back essentially in a line between him and Demos, I think. So he kind of wants to get towards the party. He doesn't want to leave Nicholas exposed or Demos, but he has just seen what's coming.
About there.
Yep, excellent. Yep, that looks pretty good.
And he's got a reasonable amount of words.
Okay, They say a picture paints 1,000 words, but I'm good with a picture paints a reasonable amount of words.
Mm-hmm.
Can I picture this?
Sure.
Can I get you to picture this because I'm a computer idiot?
Oh no. You have to use your words. What do you say?
Oh, that's what I say to my kids. I'll say a huge beast is coming towards us. Devilish head, drawn skin, large fanged fingers / claws,
That's about it.
broken wings.
That's it.
Yep. Scary mofo.
Cool. Next is Mithun. Mithun, you have heard that from Tarquin.
Okay. Which buildings have we explored, please?
That one. Oops, that one.
Yep.
That one. So that's all one building, but it was they were like
Two separate buildings.
tenement buildings, and then the third one where things came asunder.
Cool. She's heard there's a demonic thing. This woman looks demonic. She knows. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Checking on the demon horn dust stuff is what she's thinking. Sorry, just bear with. The demon claw powder placed in a portal way. Any evil spirits or demons can't cross. Those who try suffer agonizing pain or lose 25% of current hits. So that's what she's thinking. These buildings. So is there there's a doorway to the one closest to them? Are there other gaping holes in the walls?
Sure. Let's do pen, and let's do color. And now just figure this out. Is this going to be? No, damn it.
That's not small enough.
No, it's not small enough. How annoying. How annoying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use. It's also not small enough. Can I shrink this down? This is the problem when you're using just an absolutely gargantuan map. What can I use as a marker? Some kind of marker. Small. Okay, so there's a doorway there.
Mm-hmm.
And the doorway, is here. The corner of this building has crumbled away. So you can see the upper stories here, but this one is probably more intact.
Cool. So sort of only one portal in, one way in for that one.
Correct.
So that's what. So she will call to the party. She doesn't want to make a call on her for just herself, but she'll say, "Do we want to move to that building and cast and spread the demon clawed dust at the door?" And then the rest of her action will be to move if other people decide to. Otherwise, she'll. I think now she's sort of the last one. She's hanging back. She'll move forward. I think in line between Neathanel and Kiros, please. So she's the one. She's still the one to the far left, furthest left.
Yes.
Yeah. And she just moves in between Neathanel and Kiros. Thank you. Yeah. So she'll be saying that so that people can hear. Do we want to take shelter in that building and cast the dust across the doorway? Opportunity parry or movement, depending on what other people do.
Okay, sure thing.
Thank you.
I'd say for the speaking and the movement, that's it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Unless there was a particular last action, but it'd have to be reasonably modest.
No, all good. Thanks.
Cool. So people have definitely everybody has all heard that message, and has heard that from Etienne. Etienne, You're hearing somebody starting to move rubble closest to you.
I'll say, over here.
Hello. Okay.
Wiggle of toes or something. I don't know.
Cool. Keros.
Delighted to be swept up in Gray's arms, obviously,
Mhm.
even though I'm still a little bit mad at him.
Mhm.
I am ready to cast on the demon
Mhm.
when need be, but we'll go with the group in terms of like location and where we're going to shelter in place.
Okay.
Actually, can I do a perception?
Sure.
I'm not actually doing anything. Can I do a? Is it 70? There's two, isn't there? There's a 10 and a
30. But you
30.
can use any above if you do nothing else in the round. You can add on a bonus to spot stuff.
Okay, can I add on the bonus? Because I'm just going to obviously hang out with my hero,
Mm-hmm.
who hopefully is going to pick me up and whisk me away somewhere tropical. I rolled a 20.
Mm-hmm.
And her general perception is, I should know this off by heart, is, oh, that's first aid. That's a shame. Plus 35.
Plus 35. And she's used 30, so plus 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so she's having a good look and listen. She's spending the full 10 seconds peering out into the gloom, into the ash coming down, into the rest of it. She sees this woman here. Tarquin has moved back. What is she? And yeah, she's really spent a good amount of time. And yes, there are sounds coming from here. Not necessarily regular, but then again, there's a lot of ash here, so sometimes, and you've found actually walking here, sometimes you can actually be moderately quiet because there's so much ash, and you just stir up billows of ash. So sometimes there's the sound of footfalls, sometimes it's gone quiet, but there's definitely sounds from something here-ish.
Okay. Something big?
Yeah.
How many legs do we think?
Some legs.
Some legs. Okay. Thank you.
We've got a
That's
guitar as
beautiful background. That's lovely.
Do
Imminent.
Do we have a guitar going? Yep. And then lastly, Demos. Demos, you've made a start at kind of pulling off some of these boards. What else are you doing? Demos, that's you, Giles.
Yep. So Demos is going to keep digging.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Apologies for this being done.
That's all right. No. You're filling in for someone else. That is the end of the round. Rolling
Does he
next.
see him?
No,
Does he see him?
not yet. But you do come in. You have to come in a little bit into the building. Still, your spear width is in reach, and you're kind of moving stuff away. Next round. Rolling initiative that I'm aware of. No changes to initiative. Mython, you don't have an arrow on the string, I don't believe, do you?
No.
Okay. And we're off. Okay. Massive footfalls. And you all hear it, massive strides. And suddenly, between these buildings, this thing appears right here. It's big, if you can see on screen. That's the size of a character. That's quite a bit bigger. And it's not happy. It looks like this. It's 9 foot tall. In fact, the description is as follows. Would be, is if the GM can find it. standing up to 9 foot tall with shining, hairless bodies, dagger-like fangs, and 4 sets of vicious claws. It's moving fast, very, very fast, but it has paused just at that gap in between buildings. That is its our only action this round to move up. It was running at pace, and we are going to switch on the combat music. Neathanel, you are aware of this. You've heard it arrive. So there was noise here, and then it's moving quickly, and this thing has come around the corner and is right there. What do you do?
Cast, please.
Sure thing.
73.
73. You're prepared for 2 rounds, so it's +0 to the spell. The spell goes off. What happens?
Can you mark 100 feet away, please, in towards the girl?
So that's 30.
All right, don't need to go that far. I won't go that
That's 100.
far. That'd be just overkill. So in terms of moving and then attacking, how much do you give me without movement and being deleted from the attack? So I mean,
10 foot.
10 foot. Okay, well.
And you're right. You're at 12.11.9. I'd give you that for free.
Oh no, I'm not going that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm teleporting behind the girl.
Mm-hmm.
10 feet from the behind her.
Okay. 10 foot from behind her. Excellent. Bang! You move right there. That is a 75% action. Neathanel. You've got 25% left.
Silently draw my dagger.
Okay. Oops, 10 foot away. So hang on. Hang on. All right. That's 10 foot there. Okay. And 20% action to draw your dagger. Sure. Done. Neathanel, can you please roll a channeling resistance roll, please? And what level is she?
10.
10. Cool.
91.
91. Okay. Neathanel, you feel.
That's fine.
Yep. You feel icy cold for a minute or so, or for a second or so, and you feel as though something is reaching inside you. Something is trying to pull out your very essence of who you are. But you stand tall. And where's the camera? And you say, "Not today, Satan." And you resist.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. My favorite wall hanging of yours.
Alex is actually
always makes me smile whenever I see it. It's just the style of it.
I'll make you one, Graham.
I think it's lovely.
And it's now
it's just the tweeness of it. It's lovely.
That is now captured on film. So Alex, you have to make Graham one of those.
Sure will.
Leif, you are next to act, please. You are here.
He's just wondering if the guy that's appeared is going to be friends. Perhaps not. This might be. Well, this is what he would want to do. I don't know if it's a bit weird. He'd like to run up to the guy who's just appeared. I assume he hears it.
Oh yeah, no. Everybody. So you all heard movement here, and then you're going what, where, and then suddenly you heard movement, and then this thing has just appeared here. Everybody is aware of it. Everybody has seen it. Demos has glanced over and is aware of it. Yes, he is. Everybody is aware of it.
Leif would like to move up to it.
Yep.
Opportunity parry, and then if it doesn't attack him, he'll attack it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And I don't want to be gaming it, but I think that's, it's stopped. He wants to approach, not cautiously, he wants to attack it, but he wants to parry if he needs to before he attacks.
So it's -20 to your roll for movements. Give me a roll, please.
Yep. So, it's not attacking him?
Nope.
It's moved first, it's not attacking him. Okay, cool. So he will... Okay, cool. E100... 29.
29. We're using a longsword.
Yep.
And
14.
And 114. Yes, I have that. Negative activity of 20. Yep.
Oh, plus 10 for his spell, please.
Plus 10 for the spell. Sure thing.
And I just will... His sword, can I just read information about his sword? I don't think it's going to apply, but worth it. Where are you, sword? Right place. Nope, sorry. Longsword, a +5 magic weapon, which is especially magic against undead, wraiths and rights, in particular against any undead creature attacks at +25, against wraiths and rights of any type, it inflicts ×2 hit point damage.
Cool.
In case that makes a difference.
Magic weapon. Yep. You hack at this thing. You do hit it.
Yep.
However, it's a glancing shot, and you do it 7 hit points.
Oh, take it.
Yep. Next up, Grey Roughwind.
That's me. Whoops. Oh, what will I do? Yeah, actually, I'm going to... I have a clear path. That's just me, and then there's the critter. Do I have enough time to move and attack with my magic axe?
You
this round?
You do. You do. This creature is operating at long range. It's huge. It's got very, very long arms.
Okay.
I should have said, by the way, Leif, you're operating at -15 because its length. It's got a long distance. You would have to use your shorter weapon because your shorter weapon, your axe, is only this big, so you're going to get right up close to it and wallop it. So you've got a choice of either moving up to here, Grey, and staying where you are and kind of parrying and seeing what happens, or I'd still give it because you haven't moved 100%, or even in this round, you can attempt this round to move up right next to it, and next round to be able to attack it. You'll be right next to it. It will struggle to reach you. It will probably have to step away to try to attack you.
Oh, and it's not my character. What would Grey do? Can I just see a picture again, please, GM? Is it wings or spiky? Oh, no, it's... Could he come underneath between the legs?
That would closest count close range, so it's the same. Yeah, so it would be... Yes, you'd be doing the same thing.
Can I say the bit about the parry, or is that... Could I say... Because I'm not a fighter, sorry, so I just listen to everyone saying parry this and parry that. Get super close, so it would, quite right, need to take a step back, and I would parry 30, attack 70, or do I say that next round?
It would have to be next round, because this round... So your choice now is to move up and stay where you are, and then parry or do something next round. Or this round, because you only move 14%, you could use 50% of your action to get up right next to it or under its legs or whatever you want to do, and attack it next round, assuming you win initiative, of course. If it beats you on initiative, it gets to act first, and that could be moving away. It could be goodness knows what it does.
Okay, so maybe just being cautious because it's not my character, and I get excited when I get to play a warrior. Can I do the move a little bit and parry?
Done.
Please.
So you move there, and that's where you are. The remainder, you've only moved 14%, so all the rest of it can be used on deflecting a blow this round.
Okay, sorry, so all the time I get excited with
Sorry?
and I don't really know the warrior stuff. Yep.
It's okay.
Can I ask you a question, just for clarification?
Mm.
I thought I had this nailed down, but maybe I do not. Because this creature moved first this round,
Mm-hmm.
none of this parry won't carry over into next round, will it?
Correct.
So there's no point parrying because the parry is essentially useless
Correct.
because this character has moved.
Correct.
And so, I mean, it's up to you about what you let Karis do, but I mean, the way you presented the information makes it sound like it's a reasonable thing to do, when in fact, if she played a warrior all the time, she'd know it's not a reasonable thing to do because the parry is useless.
Correct.
So she's better off getting close and attacking if she can.
Depends on what.
You were confusing me about what I might be doing.
So it depends what Demos Grey wants to do, but yes, correct. This thing didn't attack Leif, so you assumed it hasn't attacked this round, or can't attack this round.
Yeah, so it'd make much more sense, I think, Alex, for Grey to attack as much as they can, right? There's no way of using it up now. I mean, you don't have a warrior. So essentially the parry becomes useless. So if it was the very beginning of the round, it's worth doing, but it's not. The character's moved. You've seen that, so you kind of know it's used this round's stuffer. And if it had stuff, it would have attacked Leif. So Chris did an excellent job of providing a balanced opinion, which made me thought everything I know about fighting in rounds is wrong, but Chris has just reminded me it's not all wrong, thank goodness. So I think it would make sense, and I'm not normally going to do this, but to attack, because you can't be attacked this round, and it all starts fresh.
Well, no. She can't. Grey cannot attack this round. He can move up to get close to the thing to attack next round.
Okay, but you can't hold the parry over. So
Correct.
You just get to decide where you move to, basically.
Correct.
Can I do a redo or not?
Yeah, it's not. It's not your character, and I think it's absolutely fair to do a redo if it's not your character.
Oh, can you come back to me? Is that okay? I'm just trying to work it out in my head.
Okay.
Or do you want me to decide now? Is that
would be handy just to move things on.
But he can't die properly, right? So because it's not my character. Okay, in that case, if I can't hold over the parry, I will move super close.
Okay.
So then it has to decide to move next round.
Okay, great. So basically, the how we try to play out a game that is, a game in our minds and on a map is thinking there are three ranges. There's short range, there's medium range, and there's long range. Where's the map? There's the map. This thing has got very long arms, so it is fighting at long range. So it has a very long reach on its weapon. Grey has short range. He's got a small axe, which is kind of that big in size. It's called a hand axe, which means he has to get close to the critter to try to hit it. That means he sacrifices some movement this round to get up like right next to or even under this creature's legs or whatever. Leif was different. Leif has it's called a long sword. It's still a one-handed sword, but it's a long sword. Leif was at a disadvantage, I forgot to say, but he had a negative 15. But Leif still could attack at a negative 15 because longer weapon attacking more reach. So Grey is taking a gamble of getting right up close to this thing, or trying to, and then this thing won't be able to get at Grey because it's, Grey's like right underneath it. It will probably have to step back to then wallop Grey. So it comes down to who gets to attack first next round. If it's Grey, you'll get to attack it, and it can't get to attack you. Otherwise, it will do something else. If that makes sense. And it's
Right. Yes.
Yep. So,
Can I just check to clarify that if it does choose to attack him, try to attack him next round, because it's up close, in the same way that Grey can't attack because he's moving in close this round, if it chooses to step back next round, it still won't be able to attack Grey, will it?
correct.
Because you take your round's action to change that distance from long to short.
Right.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. So sorry to hold everyone up. Can I please? Yes. Can Grey please
Great.
move in?
Yep.
Like right underneath, but towards the back.
Yeah, got it. So, you can attempt to do it. So it's a 50% medium maneuver using your skill with your axe to see if you do this. So half the skill of your axe.
Okay. You want me to roll now?
Yes, please.
So I rolled 100.
Roll again.
Okay. Shame that wasn't an attacking. Anyway. 85.
Goodness me. Some people are just lucky. 85. And what's half Grey's skill with his axe, please? Half.
I married you, didn't I? Hand axe melee. Is that it?
Yeah, half of that.
It is 105, so 53.
2, 3, 8.
Is that good?
Move inspires your allies. Plus 20 to all friendly rolls for 3 rounds. Every single roll that every single person makes for the next 3 rounds, they get plus 20 on it. Every single roll. Every resistance roll, every magic roll, everything. Absolutely everybody except for Grey gets plus 20. Grey, you are best roll ever. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that. Whoever did the clap. And I'm having little issues with my little thingy. There we go. So Grey, you are. It's not showing on screen, but you are right up next to this thing. You are. Your head is kind of nestling into its lower abdomen. Isn't that nice? And you are right up with your nasty golden hand axe, which you can wallop with. It can't attack you this round, at least with its claws, and it can't attack you next round, at least with its claws. And everybody gets plus 20 for every single roll for the next 3 rounds. Nice work. Great.
Yeah. Well, Keros is watching, so you know.
And speaking of Keros, it is Keros's turn. She is here.
She does a little go, baby. And she will fire. Got to get my bolts right. I always get a bit confused with my bolts. She's going to fire an ice bolt, please.
Okay. There is something. There are 2 soft and squishy things. In other words, both Leif and Grey in front of this thing. Now, this is about 9 foot tall, so it stands probably a good 3 foot above Leif and Grey. But there is a chance, a reasonable chance actually, that you could shoot them in the back.
Can I aim like high?
That's the intention, but your shot may go astray. So I'll be giving you a negative 50 to this roll.
Negative 50.
Mm-hmm.
Can I not yell duck? And don't I get a plus 20 for my next roll?
You do get a plus 20 for your next roll.
And can I yell duck, boys?
Well, Grey's already acted and Leif's already acted. So
it's a minus 30 technically. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to do that. And she's got no other skills. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know what to do now. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do you want to skip me? I don't really want to do a negative 30.
Okay, we will move on. Come back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tarquin.
So how much Tarquin's going to draw his magical dagger?
It's 10%, 20% action.
Okay, and with his remaining 80%, is going to get as close to under the foot of this dude as he can, and if he can, possibly just around his Achilles tendon. That's I've watched those Star Wars movies. That seems to do quite a lot of damage to big, tall things on 2 legs.
Yep. So, so you're 26 foot away, which means that you could be there in half of your round. I would give you the ability to move here, and you face exactly the same issue that Grey does, that you are using a short weapon, a very short weapon, a dagger, so you'd have to replicate exactly the same as Grey's just done. You do get a plus 20 on your roll.
Am I going to get enough of an action left to have a pokey at him?
Not this round. Next round, remember. So this round is getting yourself into position, getting up close and personal. Next round, assuming you win initiative, so assuming your roll for initiative is better than it, you'll get to stab it for sure.
Right. Figure if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
Give me a roll. You get plus 20, courtesy of that bonus from Grey. Give me a roll, please. This is half your skill with a dagger.
Using no actions, it has to be thanks, Grey. And so he has a throwing dagger skill, but he doesn't have a dagger skill, so it's going to be a quarter of his short sword. Yep.
Correct.
Because okay, just checking I got that right.
No, a dagger. I'd give you half.
Okay, so it's 52.
Yep.
Plus 38.
38 plus 20 is 100.
20.
Yep, 110. 90% chance. You have a 90% chance of getting up close to this thing the remainder of this round. Give me a roll, please. 90 or under.
53.
53. Success. So both Tarquin and Grey are pressed up close next to this thing, armed with very, very short, pointy weapons.
Got to be, instead of 3 words, a quick high five.
Excellent. Etienne, you're hearing quite unpleasant sounds from outside. You actually, I don't know whether you feel quite happy and cozy under your rubble or not. Say anything if you wish.
Well, I'm pretty pissed off, but I think he can't really do anything.
Okay.
So he's frustrated. He wants to get and kill the bad things.
Mm-hmm.
He's sworn enemies of his faith, so he wants to be up out of the rubble and killing things, but he can't. So we'll just sit tight.
Cool. Mithan.
Oh, sorry. There's no room at the inn for Mithan, is there? She's
No.
regretting our positioning now. Yeah, it will have to be. I'm sorry, but a 30%. So she was right next to Neathanol, and Neathanol has disappeared.
Mm-hmm. Should have asked Neathanol for a orientation roll. I forgot. You're lucky, Neathanol. Anyway,
I think it's fair to say Mithan. So Neathanol's either gone invisible or she's teleported. That's Mithan's reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
She knows Neathanol's attack style.
Mm-hmm.
She would like to perceive, to figure out, just to check where she's gone, because she can't be attacking the big guy because there's no room. can't really see behind him, so she'd like to look behind the other one, or look at the other enemy,
Okay.
potential enemy, as a perception. I
Ten-
try to reason out loud.
10% action.
This is a weird question. She's wanting to do a 10% one, but can she add? Can she make it 20%? 10% plus an extra.
No.
Looky.
No,
Type?
you
No.
only get the 10%.
Yeah, gotcha. Thinking. No, she will actually make it 30% because she does want this. No, she wants to get when she wants to see when Neathanel's gone. Yeah, so yeah, so
Okay.
30%. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, she rolled 88.
Cool.
And which I believe is her perception skill.
Okay, cool. Plus, sorry, yes, and plus 20. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks,
Great.
Alex.
Yep. You have a good look around, taking in the scene. You spend all of your rounds perceiving the fun, I'm assuming.
No, 30%.
Oh, 30, just 30%? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yep, you have a good, you have a look around for 3 seconds. You do see Neathanel. She's here. She's behind this woman here. And there's nothing else that you see, however. Nothing else that you see or hear.
Okay, so her reasoning is that she does know what Neathanel's like. She figures Neathanel's going to be doing attacks on that woman. Yeah. Jeez. She'll say to Kiros, "I'm going for the red woman. Watch yourself." Because I think they're next to each other, and she will walk the rest of the round. So she's not going to run at her, but she's going to walk towards the red woman. Okay. From the same principle that those girls became aggressive when we became aggressive. She's got a base movement of 65 foot.
So what's 70 of 65? Yep, she's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So she's up next to this red one.
Within 10 foot, please, so she can move and attack next time. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Cool. So Mithan, as you come up, can you please roll a Constitution check?
Sure. Oopsies, better not make it that. Ooh, 21.
And what's her level?
She is 10th. Constitution or channeling?
Channeling.
Yep. Plus 30.
Wow. 21 plus 30. She's got 30 for her Constitution. For her channeling.
Yeah, because she's a.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. So, very similar to, not that you know this, of course, but very similar to Neathanel, something is trying to just demolish who Mithan is. But Mithan says, not today. And
fuck off, Satan.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, family show.
Yeah, family show. Yep. Go away. Great. So you're within 10 foot. Excellent. And then lastly, Demos. So Demos, you've spent good on 20 seconds kind of hauling bits of rubble and stuff out of the way. Still no sign of Etienne yet. What are you doing this round?
He can see the big nasty thing, can't he?
Probably not because he's kind of partially inside the building. He's certainly heard it, and he's heard the sound of combat.
Can I just ask a technical question? So, if you have people in close with a short weapon fighting somebody with a long weapon,
yes,
I presume that that Brittany is a long weapon.
You can to preempt you. You can attack from behind. That's one of the advantages of having a spear. You get. If that was your question?
That is exactly my question.
Yep. So, second line polearms can attack at a -10 to their offensive bonus. That is one of the advantages of having something big, long, and pointy. You can fight past your friends and stab.
I've not played Demos before. Mm-hmm. When I look at his sheet, none of his long, pokey things appear to have magical properties. Is that correct as far as the rest of the party knows? Or you, Chris?
He's got magic spear, isn't he, Dennis?
He does.
He does?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, I just can't see that on the Excel spreadsheet. I'm useless at reading these things. In which case, he'll say, "Sorry, brah," in the general direction of Etienne. He'll grab Brittany, who's the magic one, yeah.
Yes. Oh, not Brittany, but yep, the other one. Yep.
The other one. Thank you. And he'll take off, literally stage left, towards whatever's out there. And I guess when he sees it, he's going to do his living best. So how many magical spears has he got? Just the one?
Yes.
Okay, he's going to do his living best to get close enough to pokey it.
Cool. So to pick up an object from the ground is
It's
30
against the wall of the building. It's not on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd give you negative 15 for that. 20% and 15 is 35. I'd give you being able to get up and attack past your friends here with a 60%. Whoops, Daisy. There you go. To reach with your long spear, you'll have a 60% attack because you've picked up the weapon and you've moved.
Absolutely, he's in.
Cool.
Like Flynn.
Give me a roll.
Yippee! 16.
16. Okay.
He needs to handle back.
16. What is 60? What?
122.
What's 60% of that, please?
You want 60% of 122?
Yes,
Give me
please.
1 second. 12, 60, 72, 73. About 73.
73. Plus 20 is 93.
Good call, thank you.
Yep. You and you have a negative 10 because you're reaching over your friends with your long spear. You graze this thing. You just graze it. It definitely isn't happy. You graze it for 4 hits, but you do hit it. That is the end of the round. Going into initiative for next rounds that I'm aware of, there are no changes to initiative. Tell me if otherwise. And we're off. Neathril, you get to act first.
So it probably won't shock you to know that I'd like to stab this thing in the back, utilizing my assassination skill.
Okay.
She's armed with a plus 20 dagger when it's versus a demon, and versus a P2 or P3, it's double the hits, and it's a holy critical.
Okay. Against demons, correct?
Yeah, assume this is a demon. It's a holy crit plus 20. If it's not a demon, it's plus 15.
Cool.
And if it's a P2 or P3, it's double the hits. But either way, it's a holy critical thingy.
Cool. Give me a roll from the back, please.
And obviously got that Keros assisted. Was it Keros assisted? No.
Yeah.
Grey assisted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, God's sake. 11. That's not what I wanted.
11. What is your skill with a dagger, please?
It is 81.
81 with a dagger. You get a rear attack. You also get the plus 20 as described. Oops, you don't get 553. 5, you get 53. Yeah, I mean, poor result, but your dagger, it's really strange, Neathanel. So your dagger in your hand kind of go into this person,
yeah,
from behind,
yeah.
and your actual hand kind of goes in as well, and there's this kind of weird tension. It's like yes, your blade kind of finds something solid, but it doesn't quite find something. It's really odd. But it connects. 15 in the C. Roll the critical, please.
Alright. It's not enough. Come on, Nathaniel. 56. And then her assassination skill is plus 16.
Oh,
Plus 20.
Uh,
Every
this is
roll.
the crit.
Oh,
Unless it's on the crit as well.
to assassinate, you need to be attacking without your foe knowing that you're there. She teleported, absolutely, she teleported 10 foot directly behind this woman, but she still has 10 foot to approach, which would have needed a stalk maneuver to be silent.
In the same round.
In the same round, you did say 10 foot, said 10 foot away. You're right. Sorry. You specifically said 10 foot away. So, correct. So, you do get your plus 16.
can I jump in? If that's a ambush, is that the same as sort of ambush? Is it modifying it by up to plus 16? Modifying the crit roll?
Oh, yes, there is the flexibility to hold it short. Oh, could I go?
Yeah, Pete, not really. Yeah, it really is up to the player to figure that out, Pete, to be honest. But yes, correct. Correct.
Good tip. Then I'd go to 6. Thank you, Pete. That's a really good tip. Thanks. 66. I'm not clear on that, but yes, 66 sounds good.
Cool. So, what was the roll, please? 15.
56.
Yep.
And then I've got play within the.
Yep. So another 10. You strike this thing very, very solidly, Neathanel. And there is just this unholy shriek from this creature's mouth. Awful, awful, awful noise. Terrible, terrible noise. Chills you to your absolute bone. And yeah, your dagger definitely struck home, and this creature kind of shudders, and it almost shifts in front of you. It's like almost like a TV flicker or something. It kind of shifts for a second, it's not there, and then it's back again. It was definitely a horrible injury, but it remains in front of you.
And okay.
It is next to act, and it spins on Neathanel, so it turns to face Neathanel. And she has just this look of just utter terror in her face and sadness, and she's just putting up her hands like this in front of you, Neathanel. Almost like cowering in front of you, and kind of attempts almost to shift away from you, and just doesn't. She's putting her hands up, and this look of absolute horror on her face at what's just happened.
That would melt a normal person's heart, right?
This thing, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of it, and I'm going to roll a d4. Three. Sod's law. Demos has bad luck. 1, 2, 3. Perhaps on Demos. Perhaps because Demos was the one that hits the creature last. And this terrible, awful thing that towers above you all really doesn't seem to be particularly worried about the two mortals at its feet, armed with very short, pointy weapons. It really doesn't seem bothered by Tarquin or Grey very much at all. But it didn't like the spear jab from Demos, and it fixes its eye sockets on Demos and just barks out a word. Or you think it might be a word, you're not sure.
Sorry, Chris, did you say the two small mortals or morsels?
Bit of both. Bit of both. Bit of both. Oh. Demos is in leather armor, I think. Yes. 5 minus... Okay. That was not a good roll. What level is... Demos, please.
Sorry, he's level 8.
Level 8, sure thing. Okay. Demos, can you please roll the dice? And you've got to beat a 30, not so hard, with your channeling. Give me a roll, please.
Bother. 8.
8. Can you roll...
Does he get to add channeling resistance to this?
Yes, he does.
Can you tell me where I'll find it? Because his sheet looks different to mine.
Yep. It'll be somewhere on the first page, I think. Resistance rolls. Someone help.
Here we go. Channeling. Oh, crap. I mean, bother. -1.
-1. Yep. Now that is definitely... That is definitely a... definitely a...
Miss?
Hang on. It is definitely a... This is Demos' heart racing. That unfortunately is a failure. And can you roll a random 1d4, please, Demos? 1, 2 upper, 3, 4 lower.
2.
2. Your left arm, Demos, is now useless, and your shield drops from your hand. Utterly useless. Not in pain, it just ceases to function. Your shield falls from your hand, and your arm is just hanging utterly incapacitated at your side.
Yippee.
And That was the critter's action, and it has its claws up and ready and is ready to defend. Next is Leif.
Leif would like to attack, please.
Okay. -15. I should have said that earlier.
Absolutely. Yep. Good to go.
Yep. Go for it.
Oh, whoops. Oh, 31
31.
plus 114 plus 10 for a spell plus 20 for Demos's inspiration.
Sorry.
Gray's inspiration.
So what's a sword, please? 1, 2,
Sword is 114.
1, 4. Cool. And then plus another 30 on top of that. 20.
Correct.
Yep. Cool. So he's not parrying, obviously, with that.
No.
Yep. Wham. That was a good hit.
Oh, cool.
That is 12 and a D.
D.
This is a magic
Ooh.
critical.
Sure is. Yep.
Okay. Just a second while I just set this up, please. Oh, cool. Okay, when you're ready, please, Leif.
Yeah. 39.
39. You do it 15 hits with your
Cool.
sword. Hit it hard.
Thank you. Cool.
Demos, you're actually early for a change. Demos, your shield has dropped from your hand. You can still use your spear. Very fortunately, it wasn't another limb that went out. It was your left arm. What do you do?
He rages. He's all in.
Okay.
It's
Give me an attack, please.
So 17 plus 20 plus 184 for his rage, it being.
And the spear is what, please?
His spear is good. 122, I think. I'll just check.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Attack roll of 17. Unfortunately, and also because you're reaching past your companions with your one good hand, probably get a minus for one-handed, and I can't remember what it is. So you're fortunate you don't get it this game because I don't have it on hand. You do hit this thing with your magic spear. It hits it for 5 hit points, and that is it.
Better than a punch in the face.
Yes. Next up, Grey Roughwind. That's you, Alex. Hello, Alex. Hello. Often happens on Alex's mic around this time of the game. She's trying to speak, I can see, but... Hello? Nope, can't hear you, can't hear you, can't hear you, can't hear you. Nope, I'm afraid, Alex, we're going to have to bypass you. Can you recheck your mic or replug it in, or have a check of your mic, and we'll have to come back to you, I'm afraid. It's unfortunate. And the next one to act is Keros, who is Alex's character. So we've got both Gray and Keros to go. Tarquin.
Yeah, he's Stabby McStab.
And he,
ideally removing, one of the legs from the knee down.
sure. Now, this thing, oddly enough, didn't step back, even though it got to attack first. So, absolutely, you're right next to it, and you can exactly do that.
He's going to go as hard as he can.
Go for it.
More than 17, more than 17, more than 17. 91!
91, that's a good roll.
Plus 20, plus 15.
What's the 15 for, sorry?
So 15 is his magical dagger, is plus 15.
Oh, yep. So what's his total skill with his dagger, including the plus 15?
Oh, okay, hang on a second, I'll just tell you.
Don't forget the grey plus.
All right, shall I give you the whole lot?
No, just tell me the skill with the dagger, and then we'll add on the grey plus separately.
Okay, so it's 63.
63, including the magical dagger. Cool. Plus 20 courtesy of grey. You do it a glancing shot, but enough for a critical. That's 4 in an A. Give me a roll, please.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just keeping track as I go.
Mm-hmm.
66, 66, 66. 14.
14. You do another 8 hits.
Oh, better than punch in the face.
Yep. Etienne hanging out under the rubble, nice and cozy. Mithan, last one again.
He will chop the girl, please. Full attack from behind.
From behind, sure thing.
Go.
Yep. Just seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Give me a roll with the broadsword. Yep.
What's the fumble on a broadsword? Is it 3?
Ooh. Let's have a look. It might be, I think.
It might be. Oh my.
I think it might
1
be.
to 3.
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Give me a fumble on the broadsword, please.
Oh my. Given the shot. Ah. Okay. Followed by 45.
45.
Yeah.
Bad follow through. You lose your opportunity and give yourself 1 hit point. Real weak.
Okay. Okay.
You hurt yourself for one hit there, Mithan.
Ah. Thank you. Okay.
Let's just quickly go back to Keros and see if Alex, are you there? Faintly, yes.
Okay.
Yes, got you now. Got you now. So first Grey and then Keros.
So Grey would like to go for a full gut attack, gutting.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. Roll the dice.
He's at negative 30 because of his ringing head from yesterday. Give me a roll, please.
100.
Hang on a sec. 100 again. Are you sure?
Yep. You can check.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, roll again.
Okay. 42.
142. That's a very, very good roll.
And do you need the hammer? The what's it called?
Hand axe. Yep.
Hand axe.
Yep.
That's it. Hand axe.
99, I believe.
105.
105. It's gone up. Thank you. Wallop. And even with Grey's poor ringing head from the injury he suffered yesterday, he is still in. He still does a very good amount of damage. So 192 minus 42 over. You'll do overkill damage on this thing. That's a good roll.
Thanks. I'm glad I didn't go to bed. Well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 divided by 8, 5. Cool. So you do a whopping 20 in a D. And a 48. No, it is just the. No, it's actually doesn't really matter because it's large creature, but actually recorded as an E. 20 in an E. It's a magical weapon. Give me a roll, please. Gray.
Okay.
Make it good. Could be a kill.
Oh, 42 again.
42 ain't gonna be a kill.
No.
But you do it a whopping 18 hits. Wallop, that really hurt it. Smack. Yeah, it did not like that at all. And then Keros to act, and then Graham, I think you had a question.
If Keros was going to cast sleep, would that affect her team members? Like the ice bolt might have hit the team members?
No. So sleep, you do get to mentally decide on your target. It doesn't work the same way.
Can I mentally decide on the demon?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Cast sleep, please.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
+0 on the attack on the roll.
And plus 20 for my special roll.
Absolutely. +20 plus your 9th level, so you get +9. I think. What's your base spells actually?
I'm 10th level. I rolled a 10.
Yep.
I'm 10th level, and my base spells. Oh, is that front page?
Yep. I think it's a negative, or close on a negative, or very low, -1, I think.
Oh, sorry. Just trying to quickly look. Excel. What is that?
Pretty sure it's -1 from memory.
Base spells. Is that a skill? That's
Yes.
my front page.
Yep.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, it's just minus.
Minus.
It's got a no number there. It just has a minus.
Okay. Okay. And so you get that. It has that. Okay. So you cast sleep minus your power points. Nothing happens, I'm afraid, Keros.
Ooh.
That is the end of the round. Graham, you had a question just before we finish this round.
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember whether your plus helps you when you fumble, or that just goes out the way.
No, it's completely just unmodified, just the way it goes.
Right. Yeah.
End of the rounds. Next round's rolling initiative. No changes to initiative that I'm aware of. The woman in between a rock and a hard place, in between Neathanol and Mithan, is just putting her hands up in front of Neathanol, and again, no, tries to move away from you, Neathanol, but you kind of block her and kind of keep her, keep her within your sphere. She tried to move away, but you stopped it. Speaking of Neathanol, it is your turn.
It must be a distressing sight to see the girl so upset, and I think
she is. She's terrified, absolutely terrified.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. So I mean, if there was a little thought that fluttered through Neathanol's mind, it will probably be, what would my goddess think? What would my goddess do? And then she starts stabbing.
Give me a roll, please. All in, sure.
40. Hang on, I haven't got there yet. 42.
That wasn't me on the sad trombone. 42.
42 plus dagger 81. Sorry, but the dagger is plus 15 or plus 20, depending on whether this is a.
Yep. So what's
or not.
what's her skill with the dagger, and I'll add on the plus 15 or the plus 20.
All right. It's 81 for a dagger,
Cool, got it. Yep,
and then obviously is the plus 20 curse thanks to Grey.
yep, cool. That plus 20 made a, yeah, it does make a real difference. That's 14 in the C. Roll the C, please.
Come on, Etienne. $90.
9-0.
Yeah. Oh, holy crit! Well, that makes a difference.
What's the definition of the weapon? What does it say?
Yep. Hang on. So yeah, plus 15 dagger, plus 20 versus demon, versus a P2 or P3. It's double the hits. Holy crit.
Holy crit for demons. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Did it say that? Or was it just holy crit anyway?
Yeah, got it. You
got it?
Yeah, I got it. You yeah. You slash into this thing in front of you again, and again it seems to shimmer. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. It kind of shifts, kind of flicks, almost like an image, out in, and it just makes this again incredible shriek. The sound radiates out a long way, very, very loud, and just puts its hands up over its head. It's just screeching pathetically. Actually, would be a good description.
Next suggestion: Nathaniel should go shh to it because that's all it was doing.
True. Yeah. God. Honestly, practice what you preach.
Yep. It's still on its feet.
Really?
Yep.
Crikey. Come on, Mithan.
This massive towering critter doesn't like the fact that Leif attacked it. It's kind of ignored both Grey, although Grey hit it pretty hard, very hard. Now that's a point actually. Grey hit it hard. Yeah. No, it doesn't like that. So it's yes. 1 second. And checking the move and maneuver table. Yep. Well and truly. It steps back. It's now at long range with its very lengthy claws. Leif, you can't gain access to it. It's stepped out of range from both Demos and Grey. So Leif, you would need to step closer again to get with a medium range, and both Demos and Grey, you would need to stand right up close to it to attack at short range. It's got very lengthy arms, as per the depiction, and it can attack all 3 of you. Not this round, however, but it has stepped back from you. But it didn't attack this round. Leif, speaking of Leif, what do you do?
So there's a gap there. Can he now move round? So if he moves, so he could move forward to attack it and be at long range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If he did that, how much room would there be for both Grey and Tarquin?
In that space there would be enough for 2 people, not 3 as there currently is.
So if he moves forward and attacks it from where he is, will Grey be able to, he's looking at the space, will Grey be able to duck around? If Grey was...
You don't know about Grey? You don't know about Grey? What are you doing? What is your character doing?
So he'd like to make a call, knowing his understanding of how battle things work. Will Grey be able to move around? By him, Leif moving forward, does that cut off Grey's access to get around the corner of that building if he chose to?
Let's find out. You don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Depends what the creature does. You don't know. What does Leif do?
Leif will hold, and then, depending on what Grey does, he'll act afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
To do what? So opportunity action. He is triggered on an action.
To move forward and attack.
Okay. If what happens?
If there's space for Leif.
Cool. Done.
Yep. Cool.
Tarquin.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
So this thing is now moved out of range.
Okay, so what Tarquin wants to do is try to move back in close to this creature, go between its legs so it is behind it, at short range to attack next round if it does not move. But he wants to be behind it so we can do a back attack.
Okay. So it doesn't want you to get behind it. This would have to be in 2 phases. You'd have to move up close to it, and this round, and then we'd have to roll and see what happens next round. So you can't do all of that in one round. And there isn't space. It's got massive arms, so it can prevent you going from either side of the building. So you can't do that whole action this round. It would have to be split. So you'd have to get within range to it as you did last time, and then do something next round.
Can he not essentially run directly at it and aim to get between its legs?
Not in one round. You'd have to split it up.
What's the rationale of that, Chris? Because obviously he can move at 60 foot or whatever.
We're going with that. What are you doing, Tarquin? So your option is to either get close to it and then either attack next round, or try to duck through its legs next round, or do something next round. But you need to get up to it.
I'll do that, Chris.
Okay, cool. So rinse and repeat it last time. Give me a roll.
80.
80, good roll. Plus half his skill with his dagger.
So got a 38. No, it's 38. Yes, 38.
Cool. 118. You have 100.
Third round with the plus 20. I think
Yes.
this is our last round.
Yes, it is. It is your last round. However, that was successful already. So Tarquin, you move up to here, and you can attack. You can either attack, or you can attempt to dive roll through its legs, or make a maneuver to get past it next round. Next is great.
He would like to also move close.
Okay.
Rinse and repeat, please.
Sure thing. Yep. Do it again.
Sure. Yeah. Roll now.
Yes, please.
Can I also say this is probably my last round, team? I'm sorry. Not ideal. We're in the middle of combat. I know. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, you were uncomfortable earlier on.
97.
Goodness me. Roll again.
I know. I'm doing so well with my dice.
Yeah, if you could just tidy this up before you go, that'd be great.
Roll again.
Oh, sorry. Roll again. Oh, 2.
2. Okay. Plus, what's half his skill with his hand axe?
Oh, sorry, I should have had that ready. 53.
Plus 53. Cool. Almost as impressive as before. You get 120% action. I'm gonna give you what bonus can I give you for that?
A kill bonus.
No. It has to really in the round that you're doing it in, I think. So I would have given you an additional plus 20 on your parry this round, but you don't need to. But you move up. There are now 2 people here. Leif, you can't with your longsword attack.
Shall he take his opportunity action now, then?
Yep.
Yep, so change action for 10%, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
And you'd like to run around the building to its back.
Okay. What's his bonus for running?
Might be a good idea, but we'll see. So that's at 2 times pace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can move 156 foot.
Okay.
Hang on, times 0.9. 140 foot.
Cool. So do the sums for me, please, Pete.
Yep.
So that's 43 feet.
Yep.
37 feet.
Cool.
49 feet. 37 feet.
Okay, so it'll be a bit short. So that's 70, 80, 29. And what's the last one, please?
37.
37. 29. He'll be about 3 foot short. Which suits, because he's within 10 foot, I guess.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Life is here. Done.
Cool. Thank you.
Demos.
Any stabby?
He can. He's got a longer weapon. No one else could do this, but he can. He can move up with his one arm and reach through and stab.
What he'll do?
Cool. Just give me 1 second to clear up my software. And Demos on the critter. Give me a roll, please.
45. We should get Alex to roll for me.
Alex has been rolling incredibly well tonight. 45. You do.
Plus 20.
Yeah, I've got that. I've already got that in. You do a B. A B critical. 12 and a B. It's a magic weapon. Now this could be a killing shot if it's high enough. Give me a roll, please.
Don't we want 66? Isn't that the killing shot?
You can do. And others, because this is an open-ended roll. So give me a roll.
96.
A roll again.
Bring it on.
Yeah, we need another 96, yeah?
Yeah.
23.
23. 119. Interesting.
It's usually really bad.
Interesting. Demos, with your spear, you elect to go at the nice, tasty torso chest, and instead you stick this thing right in its head. Glancing shot to the side of its head, there's a kind of sick and kind of crunching noise. 20 hits, and add plus 20 to your next shot, and with a thud, this creature collapses. A large thud, this creature collapses on the ground. Does it fall on Leif?
Is he dead, Chris?
incapacitated out of the fight, I'll give you as a kill.
Cool. Just so I can record this for
Yep.
Demos's character, what level?
Yeah, just coming.
Thanks.
Add plus 10 to your
28.
next shot. 11.
Cool, level 11. Nice.
Now you've been hit in the back. This thing could fall. What is that? 180 degrees. I would say there is a 25% chance it could possibly fall on Leif. Do you want to roll the 25% chance, Demos, or does Leif want to roll the 25% chance?
So this is a chance that it's going to fall on Leif?
Correct.
Yeah, you roll, Giles.
If it's under 25, Leif's in trouble.
Sure, you sure, Pete?
Absolutely.
34.
Oof.
I'll look after you, mate. I'll look after you.
You're a true friend.
This thing collapses
Nice.
and falls down there and doesn't move. Definitely, nice shot. Yep, definitely. Who's got the sound effects, by the way? Nice sound effects.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
good.
I gotta say, the sad trombone was for when the girl was looking sad, but then you stabbed her anyway, Nathanel. I was like, oh, she might have compassion. Nah. That was
Sorry, come on.
Yeah.
Go, Demos!
What happens to Demos's arm, Chris? Does it come back to life?
No, it's just lying
Ah.
absolutely lifeless at its side.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Sure.
And his shield's on the ground.
Can you
This
pick it up?
this thing has collapsed. The remainder of this round. Keros, you've just seen this critter collapse. What do you do?
Go yay! And probably want to go see where Etienne is.
Okay. So you shamble over to the building. There's some bits of timber that's been moved out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how I can help.
Because you got
Right.
one hand.
And I'm ugly.
Need to pick up a brick.
One brick at a time. Yep.
I mean, can I start moving one at a time?
Yeah, sure. You can start doing that. Yep, sure.
Thanks.
Yep.
I'll start with them.
Okay, Etienne, it is your turn. You start whistling. And then lastly, Mithun.
I'm here.
Mithun, your turn.
Yeah, back attack again on the nasty woman.
Sure. M.E.R.P, please.
Oopsies. 59. Plus 104 plus 20.
Plus 104. This is the last round of the 20s.
Just in time.
It's 20. Colossal. Absolutely colossal. And that's overkill. Divided by... It's a broadsword she's using. Two. 37 in a 37 in a D, please, Pete. And it's a magical weapon. Roll the magical weapon.
Yep.
See if you can replicate what Giles did with an open-ended. Give me a roll.
I'll try. No, 23.
23.
And she'd do a shock bolt if she needs, if if possible, if required.
Another 10 hits.
Yep.
That you do it.
Yep.
And the shock bolt. How does the shock bolt work, please?
Oh, where's the thingy? Sorry, I should have had that. It's not that one. It's this one here. Where are you, shock sword? There it is. I've made a critical. Then can roll a point blank shock bolt. This will function up to 3 times per day. The sword is also. No, sorry. It's the thing. There it is. The foe gets only half DB on shock bolt.
Okay.
Yes, no. She just rolls a separate attack with her shock bolt.
What is the shock bolt skill?
Oh, sorry. It's. Whoop. 31. Oh.
What? You want?
Did she roll an attack?
Yes, please.
98.
Oh, roll again.
Oopsies. Plus 93.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
plus,
you're
plus,
talking.
plus 20.
Yeah, I've got the plus 20. Oh my god.
Only up to about 245.
Trying to make up for a fumble. Trying to impress the
Rolls alone. That's in rolls alone. You're going to end up like about 400. At
Oh
this
my
rate.
goodness. That attack roll is 395. Minus 150 is still 245 over. Let me check on a shock bolt. What's the overkill on a shock bolt? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Divided by 4. Mytham, you do 75 hit points.
Oh god!
In a an E and a B. Take the experience.
Yeah.
Fair to say, that was a hell of a shot. And this woman, with her hands up in front of her face, trying to protect herself from Neathanel's blade, disappears. Killed 7th level.
Thank you.
And with that,
Nice.
the combat music goes off.
Very good. Now, is someone going to dig me out or what?
Alex, are you heading to bed?
Yes, I'm sorry. I really do need to go.
Okay. Okay. Nice one. Thank you. And some good rolling tonight. My goodness.
Yeah, those lucky dice. Thanks, team. Well done. Bravo.
Okay.
Nice one, Alex.
Good. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
See
Can
you
I-
next time, team.
You bet.
See you. Take care.
Can I just zip around everybody, get a sense of the next 5 or 10 minutes? What do people do, please? Starting off with Gray, who's just gone. Someone want to suggest what Gray would logically be doing, other than making sure this creature is dead? That's probably what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Gray is attending to that. Leif and Mythun, what are you doing for the next 10 or so minutes?
Happy to be directed, but a combination of digging Etienne out and keeping watch.
Yep.
Perhaps they'll just keep in watch in one direction each.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Sort of thing.
Moving on for Neathanel and Etienne.
Well, Neathanel would assist with the digging out, but would also keep an eye out as well, looking in all directions in between shifting some rubble, and Etienne would be very clear about his location. but continue to support the rubble above him.
Mm-hmm.
And shield if he's with his other hand, if it's free. Will shield his head.
Got it.
please.
Cool. Got it. Lovely. Tarquin and Demos, please.
So Tarquin would approach Leaf and take him to one side and tell him that the woman that just died seems to have sucked the life force out of him. In technical terms, has managed to reduce his constitution. I don't know how he knows that, but he does. And wonders if Leaf knows anything about how that might be repaired.
I mean, Mythan would know is a bit more healery, but can I say what Leif would probably going up levels would be his answer.
Or godly magic.
We restored stats on Keros through the godly magic stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really evil.
It's a serious injury. It's a serious disposition. Yeah.
And actually, interestingly, I mean, Leif would share with him that happened to the party when we were up north. I think several of us had reduced constitution due to beings, so he can identify and he'll support Tarquin and say perhaps time, god magic, but
suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, no, like shit that sucks, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so there isn't a doing thing. There's a waiting thing. Okay.
There's a waiting thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of.
In which case,
sorry.
No, carry on, Chris.
No, go.
I was just going to say Tarquin would probably stand guard, and look, I think Demos would want to do the same thing. He'd want Mythan to inspect his arm and see if he can make his arm better. And if she can't, he'd stand guard because he can't help.
Okay, he's got one hand. 3. Okay. So, Mythan, any actions on that? And then a bit of narrative.
I suppose is what's needed.
Give me a roll.
Hopefully, she can't make it worse.
It's unlikely. Diagnostics.
69.
It's a master roll.
Damn. She's not.
What is her diagnostics?
30.
I mean, you can try. I mean, Mythan, the honest to God truth is you can't really see anything wrong with it. You can try again in an hour with another plus 15 if you'd like, or you can try again with a negative 15 if you want to roll immediately. You can't see anything immediately wrong with it. The arm feels very cold, however, and just leaden, and there is utterly no sensation in your left arm, Demos. You can't feel it. It doesn't exist as far as you're concerned.
Well, maybe that demon has managed to cast localized neurosyphilis into his arm. Crap. That's an impressive demon.
Very specific spell.
Okay.
Yeah, I need penicillin.
Okay, so a bit of narration from me just to move things on a little bit. Some time is spent making sure that the creature concerned is, as far as you know, dead. It takes quite a lot of time to hack off this thing's. It's a pretty chunky neck. This thing's big, like it's 9 foot tall. It's huge. It does take some time from some strong people to hack through the neck, but the head is severed. There's, interestingly enough, there's no blood, which is quite odd. There's nothing inside this thing. The head is severed, but there's no fluid. You others stand on watch. After about 15-20 minutes, there's no other noise, by the way, or nothing else seems to come up to you. Interesting, because both with the noise, firstly, of the ceiling collapsing, this creature roaring, the sound of combat, and this woman shrieking, there's been a lot of noise. but nothing comes in your direction. After 10 or so minutes, you do finally, with the strength of various characters, manage to lift up the floorboards, and Etienne, you're able to get painfully to your feet. What remains of your wrist is in agony, very, very sore, but you are now at least out of the rubble and able to walk.
Can anyone do some diagnostics on me?
Nathan will have a go. She needs to improve the skill. Hope it's masks. 14.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yep. Plus, what was the skill?
30.
So Mython, you kind of poke and prod it a bit. Etienne, you scream. Can you roll a 1d5 and let's see how many more hit points you take, courtesy of Mython's treatment.
Five.
Oh,
5.
sorry.
Etienne, you're down to 120 hits. That really hurt. Yeah, Mython, you don't know. You can't make head or tail of what's wrong with his wrist, other than Etienne is in a lot of pain.
So what are my hits?
120.
Well, presumably it's a smashed wrist, right? I mean, it's not. We can see what's happened. Presumably, something's fallen on it.
It's certainly at a weird angle for sure.
Yeah, it's smashed up, broken wrist. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it bone or muscle? Or
Probably
both?
bone, I would say.
Who knows?
Is this the arm with no hand?
Yes. One thing for sure, Etienne, which is making the pain a lot worse, is your shield, which was still attached and screwed in, like it's dragging your.
All right. Well, if someone could assist in taking that off, that'd be good.
Yeah, you do feel
Not.
you do feel a bit better with having that off.
What about? Have you got any bone magic?
Mathan does not have good healing spells, I'm afraid. We do have a muscle cartilage and tendon repair herb. We have a men's bone herb.
Oh yeah.
So that would be a matter of preparing and applying. So I think
Tarquin has aloe, which will just double whatever the healing rate is.
sounds great. Sounds good. Yeah. So at a loss of what it might require both of those, bone and the muscle cartilage and tendon repair. It says it heals all in body, 6 hours.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So yeah, rest. I think we go back to our pub place where it had a door, and rest is.
And we think that's better than one of the other buildings we went in. I mean, obviously the one's just collapsed on us, but which is not a good sign. But yeah, what do we think?
Yeah. What was the story of that one, Chris? In terms of stability of buildings, that bar one we came across just outside the circus was more stable or less than these ones?
Probably more stable, you would have thought.
Okay.
All right, should we go there then?
I reckon we do. And it's good that it's away from directly this area. Yeah.
Okay. Is that a decision? You head there?
Yep. Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you retrace your steps. Do you head anywhere you have been, in other words, the gloom, or do you just simply retrace your steps where you've been?
I think we'll play it safe, shall we?
I agree. Yeah. Well and truly.
What time of day is it?
Sorry?
What time of day is it?
You've got no idea, because the sun is doing weird things above you.
In other words, do we need to go and sleep, guys? Is that the plan here? Do we want to go sleep, or do we want to heal up, or do we want to?
You came in. You know what time you entered Tarek Nev, which was earlyish morning, very well. Yeah, you got up at dawn. You walked 20 minutes or so up to the Red Gate, and you came in. You're guessing 7 or 8 a.m. You've walked around for some time in here, but yeah, that's the last you know.
Well, up to you guys. I mean, I'm not going to be much use to anyone in the meantime. That's the only thing.
Do we have any sense of how quickly Etienne will heal?
What was the compress you just said?
So
I
the
can give you.
So there is. Sorry, Peg. Go for it.
oh, sorry, we've got two. Idram is the men's bone, and M.E.R.P is the muscle, cartilage, and tendon repair. That one says 6 hours.
If you have a
Do
look
you know
up,
what the
if you
100 is related to?
Say that
Why
again.
is Etienne at minus 100?
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking you, Chris, because I'm not sure you've ever told us.
Yep. So if you have a look, guys, on if you have a bit of a giveaway here, if you guys head to the Chromatic Codex, because I'm sure you've read it cover to cover, and you have a read of it is a bit of a giveaway here. It should have actually been in the healing one, but I'm pretty sure it's here. Dice rolls, tactical matters, miscellaneous. I don't think I could fit it in the healing one, or could I? Hang on a sec. Oh no, it is in the healing one. Oh, if you go to the healing one, the healing document I sent through, and if you go up to just find it. Yep. On that very first section, which talks about injuries, and this might give the game away a little bit.
I can't face my computer woes and the difficulties I have at the Dropbox, so I'm going to have to leave Pete and Graham to have a look.
Sure.
Trust me, it's not a happy state of affairs.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
what we want to do is whatever we can do to get Etienne back into improve PowerPoints and the damage done, right? If that requires a bit of rest, fine. If it's a herb, fine. If it's sleep, we can do that long or short. We can use the Hugar to double the.
Yep. So Pete, can you see that first section under injuries?
Injuries. So it's talking about light injuries, medium injuries, severe injuries, broken bone, shattered or useless result from a critical with no penalty in description. Assume negative 100% for useless or shattered. So negative 10 to negative 50 for broken bone, depending on severity of location. Is that the bit I'm looking for, or severe injury? Should specific injury result from negative penalty?
So the broken bone.
Broken bone, shattered or useless result from a critical.
Okay, so we shattered his bone, so when that needs to be repaired, if we got something that will do that, is that thing that takes 6 hours?
No, that's the muscly one. The bone one is Idram, and I can't see the healing time in the book for that one.
And that men's bone, it doesn't repair shatters.
Men's bone. We might have the shatter here. True. Men's bone. Where's the other one?
Isn't a shattered bone just a broken bone? I'm confused.
Yeah. So we've got Birthless, which is men's one, shattered bone, as well.
Oh, okay.
So that one should work. Sorry, that was at the top of the thing. That was the one that Mathan withheld from Soon.
Oh yes, yes.
She shattered it. That was like, no, she's a bit of a bitch. No, she's not getting it.
That's right.
Well, so is Etienne a bit of a bitch?
No. As far as she's concerned, he's going to get it.
So you guys definitely do have Birthless?
One, yes, we've got one dose. We did have two, and I think we used one on someone.
Okay. Because Idram, I'll help you here to display any, or to mitigate any disappointment. Idram would mean a simple fracture, a shatter. We're giving the game away a little bit here because you haven't done a diagnostics, and at the moment you don't know what's wrong. Idram would not repair a shatter.
No. So we would Birthless. We do have 1 dose of that. Means 1 shattered bone.
Mm-hmm.
Time. Do we know how long it takes?
I'm sorry, I don't know in the from the herb, but there's normal healing rates. We'd have to just fall back on the ones probably in the chromatic codex to talk about recovery from injuries.
Yes.
Time.
Yep. That would probably be it.
Time, recovery, natural healing. I don't want to trust her to do first aid because I think that can improve healing time.
So this is a bone injury, and it would be times 10 for severe injuries. So Etienne would have to roll on that recovery time table that you can see in there, and then times 10 for the result. So if he rolls the minimum, he'll be suffering some kind of penalty. Will be 10 days, the minimum.
And we can reduce that by using aloe, hugo,
Yes.
or some other.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. We want to do combos here, don't we? So yes, we want to go hide in one of these rooms, sit down, get shit sorted, get the stuff on the bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a good place to leave it for this evening's session?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
All my frantic
Yep.
all my frantic preparation before we played, we didn't even get to that spot. The session. There we go.
Oh, you've got to make your baddies easier to kill, bro.
I thought you guys dispatched them very easily. I'm rolling credits, by the way.
I think that's a common theme every time we play, isn't it?
Yes, it was like this is such an easy clue to fix, unless it cuts Yotto up to the tune of about 9,000 hit points.
Oh man.
That was some good rolling by a lot of people tonight.
They were.
Alex rolled 2 100s, a 97 and a 96.
She-
And then Pete, you finished it off, what was it, 98 and a 93 or something?
Yeah.
And they were big rolls.
Well, hang on, Demos rolling an open-ended on the attack on the critical.